Hey there, everyone. My name is Andrew. This is Canadian Starships live stream. Good evening and welcome to the live stream. I am Andrew. I have my tea, Earl Grey cup, coming to you tonight from the Science Officer Vulcan-eared handle cup tonight. We've got Ken here producing. Say hi, Ken.
Good evening, everyone.
How is everybody doing tonight? And you can answer that question by leaving a comment.
That's right. And we have Shark is here.
Welcome. Welcome to the live stream.
He commented 5 minutes early.
Oh, wow. Early bird.
Oh, there he is, commenting again. And that's actually Ricardo. Hope everything's going well for you, Ricardo.
Well, bit of a slow start to the live stream tonight, in the chat at least, but we're going to get some more work done on this thing over here. Lots of Aztecing on the bottom of the secondary hull. I've got the nacelles to finish up there. Then we're going to do the big flip.
Ooh.
We're going to do the big flip and get the Aztecs on the upper secondary hull. And then she's going to be ready for the whole secondary hull to receive the primary gray color.
Oh, right on.
So we'll see how much that we get done tonight.
Well, that's some good progress to look forward to.
Indeed. All right. If you want to see, that's what she looks like with the Aztec masks down.
Ken's model shop is here.
Welcome. Welcome.
Yeah, that is looking sharp.
So, I've got remind me before we flip the ship over tonight. There are, let me just grab a pointing tool of some sort here. There are right here. Okay. So this little panel here is what I'm going to be referencing. So see how back here there's these like fine lines,
yeah,
on this section. So I still have to peel the individual lines in these two spots up here.
Okay.
So I have to remember to do that before we flip over the model. Also, before I flip the model, I'm going to tape off the saucer here,
okay.
so that we can get the paint down on that. I'm kind of wondering if I should throw paint down on at least the neck, but I don't know that I want to do that. Actually, you know what? I've got the back of the neck is masked, so if there's paint that gets back there, that's probably not a big deal. So maybe I will throw paint down on this before we flip it, just on the neck section, because I can get the rest of it once it's flipped over. But getting this portion of the neck might be troublesome to get if I'm trying to like get down underneath it to do it.
Yeah, and you get a good even coat.
Yeah, so I might do that just before flipping.
Jody's here tonight.
Welcome, welcome. How was your stream, Jody? I'm afraid I didn't get a chance to watch tonight.
Yes, unfortunately, neither did I. I was finishing up getting my episode ready for tomorrow of the buddy build.
Is it still a buddy build?
Yep.
So Jordan's holding on?
Yeah, Jordan put a video out today.
So are you guys still roughly at the same stage?
No. He's just finishing his electronics. I've already finished doing the Aztecing on the nacelles and the roll bar / weapons pod.
Yep. Okay. So does that? So I know that you're not necessarily doing everything the same order, but are you roughly around the same amount of progress through the model, or are you further ahead?
I think I'm slightly further ahead. Not a whole lot. Maybe an episode or two.
Yeah. In other things, I can't leave things alone. I am seriously considering moving my shop around again.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. So the reason I moved my shop around the first, like the big time I did it,
Yep.
where I moved my YouTube wall, like my background from this wall to the door, was because I didn't have enough space on my desk to be able to have space to work
Yep.
and show, because my monitors were on my desk. But what's happened since is that I've got this table, right? And so I can quite nicely do all of the overhead shots of anything I'm working on the table, and it can be rolled around wherever it needs to be in the shop. So I'm considering, because right now you can't see it at all because it's like that side of the camera.
Right.
But I have a big metal shelf, like an industrial type of shelf that sits behind my desk, and my laptop and my monitors are actually on a shelf behind my desk, so I could have enough space to work on this surface here.
Right.
So, but because I have this desk here now, I don't really have to do that work on the desk. So I could turn this desk back into strictly a computer desk and a desk to sit at when I'm doing my face cams and stuff like this.
Right.
And I can also, right now, the camera tripod is kind of embedded. It's like a grate type of shelf. It's not a solid shelf. It's like a not a grate, but like metal like doweling kind of, yeah, right. So there's these big gaps in it, these big holes, right? And it's just the metal, the thin metal tubing kind of a deal. So I'm considering separating that, moving it all around. We'll see what happens, but I might change my direction of workflow yet again. But we'll jump off that bridge when we get to it. But that's kind of percolating in the brain right now, if you know what I mean.
Cosmic Quest Hobbies is here.
Welcome. Thanks for joining. Welcome to the live stream. I lift my science cup to you.
And I'm just wondering who else is here tonight. If you're sick Jim is here. Hope you're feeling better.
Welcome. It's always nice to know who you're talking to.
That's right.
It's always nice to know who's listening in on the conversation. So, and Jody, since I completely missed your stream tonight, what were you working on tonight? And what is everybody else working on while we're streaming tonight?
Well, Alan Kelly is also here. He says, "Good evening, gentlemen," as well as Stephen Haynes. He's saying hi to Andrew and Ken.
Welcome to the live stream. All right, let's go desk cam here. And the last thing I did on this was I put down the Aztek masking on the back of the nacelles. I need to make a little video clip about that, but I can get the fronts installed before I have to do that. And the fronts are right here, sitting on the model. So let's switch views here. Let me grab a knife, and we're going to get the front nacelle pieces laid down onto the model.
Ricardo says he's finishing painting his 1/25th scale Revel DB5.
Okay.
And Jody says he was working, or he was and will be working on his Enterprise book nook.
So I was right. You are doing a double header, right? Because I thought I saw a 11:25 or something like that notification show up on my YouTube. Were you able to get a lot? Were you able to get a lot done on your live stream there, Jody?
Yeah, let us know how you made out. I wish I could have been there to help you out, but like I said, I was unfortunately trying to finish up some work on my Reliant.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to go with what Jordan's been doing with the JST connectors, but I ordered some from Amazon, but unfortunately they sent me the wrong kind of connectors, so I couldn't get that work done.
Some GST connectors. Is there
Yep.
tax on that?
So, yeah.
Some GST connectors. Is there tax
GST?
on that?
Yep. As opposed to the JST connectors. Jody says 2500 scale TOS refit face to face, a la yesterday's Enterprise. He said the day before yesterday's Enterprise.
So that would be today's Enterprise. No, 2 days ago Enterprise. Wow. It's been one of those weeks. My son at school slipped on the climber and cut his chin open.
Oh, dear.
So we had to take him to the hospital and get him glued up and stuff. So
how's he doing now?
He's doing okay. We took the bandage off today to change it because they didn't want it touched for 3 days.
Right.
And then we were a little concerned about the way it was looking. So my wife took him to the urgent care today to have them look at it because we're not doctors and we don't know what it's supposed to look like.
Right. And if you're looking for your Mass Design card, it's on the back of your chair.
Yeah. I knew it was there because that's what I used to focus tonight. I'm like, and I'm not going to leave it there because then somebody will have a laugh that it's on there. And then what do? I go ahead and I leave it there.
I was smiling when I saw it the first time.
However, I do know that my face camera is not going to run out of power tonight because it is indeed plugged in. In fact, when I plugged the power cable into the camera side, I kept saying, plug it in, plug it in, plug it in until I had actually plugged into power. Like I'm not going through that again. So
Jody says, that's too bad. I hope he's okay. Which Andrew confirmed that he's doing okay.
Yeah, just kind of hoping he doesn't get the dreaded chin scar.
I've got one of those.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if you can see.
Yeah.
I took it on the chin, falling off my bike one time when I was a kid.
I took it off the chin, slipping on some ice, and hitting my chin on the feed cover to a light machine gun.
Oh.
During an attack.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Mine ended up needing 2 stitches. And they didn't really do the whole glue thing back then, so.
Right.
But the problem is I scar super easily. So even just the holes where the stitches go through can leave a scar on me.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I took a chunk out of my arm somewhere here, out of one of my arms, and I might actually be old enough that it's like actually properly faded now.
Right.
I don't think I've noticed it for a while. Oh no, it's still there. I can still see it. And I took a chunk out, and we went into the ER, and they stapled it.
Oh.
And you can still see it's faded an awful lot now.
Yeah.
But if you look closely, you can still see the puncture holes from the staples.
Interesting.
Yeah. Then, let's see, probably around 2005 or so, I was at work, and where I was at the time, we had these. It was an older building, and so we had these older windows, and we didn't have proper air conditioning, so we always had to open them. And I was trying to close it, and it was like a slat window where the bottom would slide up, but it was all wooden tracks and stuff.
Yep.
And whatever, I can't remember if I was trying to open it or close it, and just the movement of opening it broke, but it wasn't tempered glass like so much stuff is today.
Oh no!
It broke in these sharp chunks.
Yeah.
Landed right here. And I was the only I couldn't leave because we had students in the building, and I was the only one there. And so I did the whole event that night with gauze and stuff, holding my arm like this, and then went to the ER afterwards.
Wow.
After the event was done. And so they cleaned it out, and they did the glue on that one.
Yeah. That's a sign of a real trooper there, Andrew. Okay, do you want to switch the camera angle for us?
Camera stuff. You like to be able to see what's happening, don't you?
Well, I think the audience does.
Yeah.
I know I do.
All right. One moment. Sorry, I just had to
mute yourself for a moment.
Just had to clear my nose there for a moment before we move desks. And before I take that over there, I'm just going to refill my tea, Earl Grey hot. I'm running with the Spock Science Officer cup tonight just because it holds more.
Well, yeah.
Sometimes sometimes the aesthetic of the Picard cup is more desirable. Some nights, just more of it in the cup is more desirable. So,
well, it's nice to have options.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's nice to have another themed cup, right?
Yes. And a hush draws over the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
We can see Andrew here preparing to lay down the masking. Now his averages. Oh, Ryan Puckett is here. He says, "Hi guys, welcome, Ryan."
Sorry, who's here?
Ryan Puckett, 8332.
Well, welcome. Welcome. Somebody I don't think I've seen on live stream before.
I don't think I've seen Ryan before.
Well, welcome to the live stream. Glad to have you here.
Yeah,
we are laying down Aztek masking on the 650 scale Enterprise D project, one of the two that we are working on. I'm currently doing a deep dive video series on the masking process of this project because I had to kind of speed through it. The second one I've got here.
Well, possibly Ryan maybe has watched before and just first time commenting.
Could be.
Let us know there, Ryan.
All right.
And Jody says, we've seen Ryan on the group streams, I think.
Yeah. Cool. I've it's been hard to make the group streams the last little bit, just the way life is right now. Sorry, I almost said November. Both February and March are incredibly busy times for me. Partly February because we typically go away for the week in February.
Right.
Although it looks like we're not doing that next year. We might do something different instead. But also March is just very busy with all kinds of events and stuff going on because we're getting closer to Easter.
Yes, we are. Month's going by so fast that even next week is St. Paddy's Day.
Yeah, we have a big. We have a big community-wide event on Good Fridays, so it takes a lot of time and effort to make sure it happens properly.
Now I'm just looking at the bottom of your saucer there, and there's like a ring there.
Yeah, it's just not. I haven't reattached that yet.
Oh, that's the one goes around the captain's yacht and all that.
Which maybe that might be a good idea to look at reattaching that before we flip it tonight.
Yeah, probably wouldn't hurt.
Thanks for calling that out. I also wasn't showing you what I was working on. You were too fascinated with that ring to notice that I wasn't working on it.
I was, but as soon as we started talking about it, I realized I could have asked you to change camera angles.
Well, I've remembered now.
And just in time for you to almost get ready to switch it back.
Yeah. Getting pretty close.
What'd you do?
Oh, the vinyl's just
really sticky.
It's wanting to it's not wanting to stick to the transfer.
Yeah.
It's just a particularly tricky area because of the way the vinyl is cut there.
Is there not much to mask around those areas or to weed around those areas?
Well, I'm not weeding them before they go on.
Right.
The backs, so there's stuff on these ones that make it easier to align onto the model if you don't weed them first.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There we go.
I need to put a new button on my Stream Deck to so I can go between the desk here and the bench.
Yeah. It's always a big moment of concentration because I know you've done this a lot more than I have, but even in my limited experience, once you start putting it down, you hate to have to try and go back and...
Yeah, they're not very forgiving once you lay them down.
Yeah.
But I have gotten fairly good at picking it back up again after it's been placed down. It's not a fun thing to do, but if you're careful, it can be done. It's not impossible, it's just not desirable. There we go.
Jody says, I was just sneezing, and Mary said to take an allergy pill before bed. 2 seconds later, an ad popped up over to the chat for soothing bedtime sniffles.
It's listening to you, Jody.
Yes, it is.
Part of me wishes that this overhead camera was wireless, but the other part of me is grateful that it's not, because you get connection issues with wireless. I've got a new piece of technology I'm going to be trying out.
Is it on your desktop? Where you're currently working right now that we can't see?
That we can't see? No, it's not. It's a piece of digital technology. And it's basically it's a audio mixer for grabbing all of your audio sources and giving you independent mix control for your live streams or recording or whatever.
Oh, okay.
It's made by Elgato, so just like Stream Deck, and they integrate together. So Stream Deck my virtual Stream Deck on my iPad will interface with the Elgato. What's it called? What did I call it? Wavelink. Elgato Wavelink is what it's called.
Okay.
And it's free.
Oh, that's even better.
Yeah. So I'm going to give it a go.
Some of the best words in the English language is free, gift, and cheap.
But inexpensive is better than the word cheap.
True.
Cheap denotes quality. Inexpensive denotes cost. I'm glad you're keeping up on the chat, because I always forget.
Yeah, I spend my time just looking back and forth between the two. What you're doing and then the chat. Yeah, that is the one downside, is I can't star comments on the iPad.
And is that because of the whole accidental banning thing?
No, I don't think I've ever been able to star comments.
Okay. I just wondered if other people were accidentally banning people, and they.
Well, you know what? That's what it was. Yeah, you're right. No, I could star before, but yeah, maybe that is the case with the iPad. Ken's here. He says, I'm patiently waiting for my 1/350 scale die-cast refit Enterprise from Tomy. Looking forward to getting the refit. I know Jordan's supposed to be getting his any day now too.
Okay, so they're coming out any time.
Yeah, some people have already received theirs and have put videos up on YouTube.
Okay.
I've avoided watching them because I'm just waiting for Jordan.
Yeah.
I'll watch his first.
One of the considerations for reorganizing my space down here again is a potential project that Jordan and I might work on.
Mm-hmm. Jody says, inexpensive engineer doesn't sound the same. It doesn't have the same vibe to it. And Howard's here. Hi, Howard.
Welcome to the live stream tonight. How are you doing tonight? How's the Michigan weather treating you?
Hopefully it's doing well. He says, my Kindle Fire can't even see comments. It can only watch videos.
Okay. Now I'm assuming that that's a color Kindle, because I know there's a lot of black and white ones. Obviously wouldn't be able to watch video on a black and white Kindle.
No, I've got a really old Kindle somewhere. Ken says, I also have the 1/350 scale diecast TOS Enterprise from Tomy.
Yeah. I'm curious to hear how people feel about the quality of it.
Yes. I have seen like videos a long time ago when they were doing the fundraising for it, and they showed like the prototype one and stuff, and it looked good. So as long as it stays to that quality, I think we're good. We have someone else new here. Michael is here. He says, good evening to everyone.
Welcome. How's it going? Welcome to the live stream. We are, if you're just joining us, we are putting Aztek masking down on the lower secondary hull, specifically the nacelles of this 1/650 scale Enterprise D project we're working on. Sorry, one of the 1/650 scale Enterprise D projects we're working on. You can see one here, one here, and one here. We're working on getting the base Aztek pattern finished on this one, and then we'll move on to the other colors. The other colors will go a lot faster than the base color does. The masks are less intricate to work with.
Howard says it's blowing, winter rain mix midnight, and 50+ wind gusts all day long tomorrow.
You know, we got up to 14, 15 degrees Celsius here this past week.
Ooh, nice.
I was out shoveling this. So the snow I had shoveled off my driveway onto the snow pile in our yard, I was shoveling back onto the driveway, spreading it out because it was so warm. I was trying to get as much snow melted in the short period of time as possible. But we've gone back to winter snow conditions here again.
Yeah, we had one day that was +4, not as warm as you were, but it was nice.
A nice reprieve. We call it Fool's Spring.
Yeah, but for early March, it's always nice to have something like that.
I mean, we didn't really need it because we had just gotten back from Florida, but I mean, I'll take it over the cold any day.
Michael says, good. Just epoxied my ship to its stand, putting the level away and stepping away. Well, it sets up. He said, we got a bunch of snow in this part of Ontario too.
Which ship are you working on? And you know what I just did?
You put that on without changing the screen.
Yeah, I put that on without changing the screen.
Yes.
What do you think about that?
Yes.
So this one just got laid down here.
Howard says the Earth got drunk again and forgot what she was doing.
So, Michael, what part of Ontario?
Michael says, as for the ship, it's D9 Gull from FASA, by Model Works, doing the TOS version.
D9 Gull.
Yeah, it's a ship design from the old FASA-based ship game. I don't know if you're familiar with Starfleet Battles.
No.
Okay.
So is it like what is that? Is that a?
It's a tabletop game where you have like a big hex map out of just like space, and then you just have your little ship markers out there, and you just kind of move towards each other and battle it out.
Yeah.
It's been out of production since the 90s.
Yeah.
Late 90s, I think, maybe early 2000s.
So Michael says Oshawa. So you're just down the street from me.
There you go.
The street being the 401.
And he says east.
Yeah, I'm in Kingston, so just down the road.
Jody says
Oshawa is one of my closest hobby stores since our local hobby store closed down. I either have to go to Great Hobbies in Oshawa on Harmony. No, sorry. It's just off Harmony. Wow. My brain stopped working. Anyway, so I either if I need model stuff, hobby stuff, I need to either go there or the Hobby Center on Maryville in Ottawa. It's basically 601 half the other if I go to Oshawa, if I go to Ottawa. Just all depends on who has what that I need, and if I happen to already be going to the Toronto area, or if I happen to be already going into Ottawa for something,
Well, I mean, if you're ordering a bunch of stuff, Great Hobbies does offer free delivery over $100, I think.
Yeah, over 99.
Yeah. Let's see here. Jody says you need a pressure switch in your chair that changes cameras when you get up and sit down.
Yeah. If I move if I do the move around I'm thinking of doing, then I get my up and down desk back with the monitors following suit, which is nice. Now the monitors being on a separate on a shelf behind. If I raise the desk up, the monitors don't go with it.
We have Jason Daves here.
Welcome.
He says hello from Western North Carolina.
Good evening.
Gordon's here. He says hi, guys.
Welcome, Gordon.
And then Michael says Great Hobbies is a 5-minute drive. Taunton and Harmony.
Yeah, Taunton. Yeah, so it's one of my closest hobby stores. So actually, if I go into Ottawa, the advantage of going into Ottawa is that I've got 2 shots at getting whatever I need. Oh, switch cameras. Yeah, actually, here. Bear with me for one moment. I was about to say ladies and gentlemen, but let's face it, just gentlemen.
So far.
Let's see. Let's throw this up. This is the and actually let's make it a little smaller so you can actually see everything around my face and around the logo. So this is the Stream Deck. Hold on one moment.
Ken says I never posted on my YouTube channel the 1/350 scale diecast TOS Enterprise. However, I will post the TOS and the refit Enterprise on my channel when I receive the refit. Make it so.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this is going to be a little more complicated than I thought, so I'm not going to do it tonight. I was just going to set up a button on my Stream Deck to do it automatically for me, but alas, I will have to do that another time. I was saying, the advantage to me going into Ottawa for hobby stores is that there's 2 hobby stores. My preferred hobby store to go to is the Hobby Center because it's not a chain. It's like a locally owned and operated business.
Right.
So it's a local hobby store. So I like supporting the local hobby store. But if they don't have what I need, then just down the street and around the corner is a Great Hobbies. So
yeah, Great Hobbies isn't that big of a chain though either. It's still a Canadian company.
Yeah, Canadian company. It's just you go into Hobby Center and you're talking to the owner of the store, right?
Right.
Also, Jason from Jason's what's this channel called?
Something Dry Dock.
No, Captain's Dry Dock is John in England. Jason's I'm gonna have to check now.
Yes, and I know exactly who you're talking about. I watch his videos.
It's gonna
Space
bug.
Dock. Jody says Space Dock.
Space Dock? Is it Jason Space Dock? Uno momento, por favor. Where is it?
Yeah, Jason's space dock.
Why can't I see it here?
With all his great videos he does. I'm looking at his YouTube channel right now. Does he work there at that store?
Yeah, he works at that store. There we go. Jason's space dock. There we go. Anyway, yeah. So actually, because I worked with back in the day when I was in high school, and I was working a grocery store job. He also worked at the grocery store there, and then we kind of stumbled across each other's YouTube channels and realized that we knew each other.
It's like, hey, I know that guy.
Yep. All right, I need to figure out which masks on there get pulled, but I do need to film a little clip. Explaining why the about the corners on the nacelles, because they don't sit down flat. So I need to explain that. So what we're going to do is I'm going to run an ad, and while we're running the ad, I'm going to get set up to film just a little clip. So what we do is, in order to make YouTube happy, we manually run an ad so that you do not suddenly get an ad at an inopportune time, preventing you from catching what's going on. So we do that at 9:45. We do it around 10:30 or so, and it'll make YouTube happy, and you're not going to miss anything. So I'm going to run the ad, and then I'm going to grab a microphone and just get set up to film that little clip explaining what we're going to be doing on those corners and why they don't sit down flat and why that's not a problem. So let me run the ad, and then I will get the microphone set up. All right, ad should be running for anybody who does receive the ad. Not everybody is going to receive the ad, but some people might, and that's okay.
And while you're weeding off of the nacelles, do you want to weed that part on the front of the neck?
Yeah, I will want to remember to do that. So if I forget,
that's just my reminding you once. So I'll remind you again later if you don't.
Yeah, so as long as I'm not flipping it over without having done that. Or sorry, as long as I'm not painting it with the airbrush.
Yes.
Without having done that first. So this is going to be a record. So I'm not going to be recording with the overhead. I'm going to be going handheld with that. So I'll be using the microphone there, and I'll be using the audacity of it all. Audacity is just loading up.
All right.
Okay, so we're just going to film a short little clip here for the video. So, ready? Record. Record. We've got Aztecs down on the lower nacelle. It comes in the two parts, split because of the area where the nacelle joins the pylon. You may see the corners look a little ragged here. That is not a problem Because of the shape of the corner, this piece on the corner is never going to sit down properly. But that's not a problem because this piece actually is the part that gets weeded out. So you don't have to worry about it not sitting down properly because this area here is not going to be covered with mask. So don't fight with trying to get this to lay down. It's never going to lay down. It's going to be removed anyway. Just like that. All right.
And there we have it.
Oh. There we go. I stopped the recording. There we are.
Perfect.
I randomly leave the shop and find bits of masking and tape and stuff attached to me.
Do you wear shoes or just socks in there? Okay. You ever find them on the bottom of your shoes then?
Yep.
Yep.
Masks and tape and all kinds of stuff. I've learned. There's something on the bottom of my shoe. Yeah, it's tape of some sort. Tape or vinyl or something. Anyway, I've learned to always wear. Well, I always wear shoes pretty much all the time. I have indoor shoes I wear in the house. I don't like walking around in sock feet. I hate even more walking around in bare feet. Do not like it. So I'm just going to take a quick moment here to transfer the video I just took into the appropriate folders so I don't lose it. I don't want to be the champ and lose it. There is a reference.
I haven't heard that reference in a long time.
Hey, everybody, it's me, the champ.
I snap, I loses it.
That was like...
I fake him with a ham sandwich and the meathead goes for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That a lot of people won't understand.
Yes.
That was a staple on the radio.
Jody says, sweet shell toes.
Most of my shoes are Adidas. What am I doing? I'm copying the video that I just filmed into the appropriate folder and renaming it so I don't lose it.
Gordon says, barefoot and Lego bricks, a great combination. Even just socked feet and Lego bricks would still be bad.
My kids do like Lego, but we haven't run into too much problems with it being left on the floor. Everything else gets left on the floor that the kids touch, but fortunately the Lego isn't one of them. So
yes, Jody, I agree. Toothpicks are worse.
You don't want to step on a toothpick if it's stuck standing up.
If you've seen my pictures, yep. If you've seen my pictures, you've seen me with a toothpick in my toe, my big toe.
Ooh.
Did you ever see that?
No.
No.
I don't think I want.
There wasn't really any blood. It was just stuck in there.
All right. I'm just saving the audio. There we go. Everything from that little audio clip is safe. We're good. Okay. And on that note, let's go back to the desk. And let's continue pulling up that masking.
The more of that you do, the better it just looks. Without even putting the paint on it.
Indeed.
You just start to see the patterns developing.
Yeah.
Granted, it's a photo negative of it, but still.
Doing underneath the pylon when it's on its back like this is a little challenging. It's interesting. The pattern on the bottom of the cells is symmetrical side to side.
Right.
But the pattern on the nacelles, on the top of the nacelles, is not entirely symmetrical. So there's no port or starboard designated masking for underside, but there is port or starboard designated for the top.
Howard says, well, I stabbed the whole of my multimeter probe into my hand. No blood and no pain. I'm just brain dead.
What?
Howard says, yes, photo negative of the Enterprise E, the NCC 6709 DeForest I want.
With the blue. I'm going to grab a trusty knife to... this trusty knife has a broken point on it.
So it's not that trusty anymore then.
I have to buy number 11 blades in bulk. Especially when I'm opening windows on a project.
I get them a lot from my local hobby store for free when I order stuff online.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What, they just toss them in for fun?
Yep. We always toss something in for a gift, number 11 blades or little sanding sticks, all sorts of stuff like that. The squeezable dropper, disposable eyedropper tubes, stuff like that.
Wow. Did you say that's a local one?
Yep. Local Winnipeg one, yeah.
That's cool. Do you have to call in your orders, or do they do online ordering?
They do online ordering, and then I can either go pick it up or he can ship it to me across the city.
Yeah. Well, at that point, if it's across the city, it'd probably be cheaper just to have a staff member drive it.
They, I think they have just bulk delivery from, I'm trying to remember which delivery company it is. It's not Canada Post they use, but then they just do all their stuff through the one company. Yeah. So if it's going, somewhere in, Germany or somewhere across the city, it's all the same delivery company.
Yeah.
Just that I would get it faster.
I'm going to have to do a little bit of work to line up the end of the nacelle by the chiller grill there. I'll have to add some tape to it.
And if everybody wants to check out my local hobby store that I'm talking about, it's called Hobby Sense.
Hobby Sense.
Yep, has a collection of all sorts of different genres of plastic models, wooden model kits, tools, painting, weathering, books, Gundam. I think he does puzzles.
Not sponsored.
No, not sponsored. It's a good hobby shop run by Ivan. Looking good.
We're going to turn the ship around. Somebody must have been misbehaving. We're turning the ship around.
I blame Barkley.
Oh, Reginald Broccoli.
Howard says, "Hobby sense. You spend money since you have a hobby." Mom Tank guy is here. He says, "Cool. How's it going?
Welcome.
Long time no see."
Welcome.
And Howard says, "Weasley."
You got to wonder how a guy like Barkley passes the psych exams.
Yes. Or how much he was damaged by Starfleet.
I don't honestly think that he would pass the psych evaluations.
No.
Or how he remained in Starfleet with I don't know, like
his neuroses,
hollow addictions and
fear of transporters and everything else. But at least it's there and makes a decent story. Yeah.
Yeah.
Howard's got, he says, transporter psychosis.
Yeah. Oop. Barkley, the first instance of Google Doctor. Looking up all of his symptoms and trying to self-diagnose.
Yep. And then managed to get his hands on a medical tricorder that he shouldn't have had.
That the whole tricorder, medical tricorder, scene from the first episode of Voyager. You know the one I'm talking about?
The
first time the doctor is turned on, and he turns to Kim and says tricorder, and Kim or Paris hand him a regular tricorder. He's like, medical tricorder. Pilot episode.
I've seen it, obviously, but I don't recall it. But it sounds about right for the show.
Yeah, so they basically reproduce that exact same scenario in Academy. Gotta say, I don't like the transporter effect in Academy.
No?
It's a little too instantaneous.
There's a guy, I can't remember his name. I occasionally watch videos on his channel. And it's usually like humorous Star Trek based stuff. And one of his recent ones was about how the communicators work so instantly.
Oh, is that where he does the skits as if he's on a ship?
Yep.
And like all the crew are him?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, That is something I've always wondered about. The communicator addressing system.
Yes, how it's almost like it knows who you wanted to contact.
Yeah. There we go. All right. So those are weeded. And while I'm thinking of it,
there we go. Saves me from having to remind you.
just checking to make sure there's a. I'm starting by removing the correct one.
Oh, we have C-Clasp or C-Clasp Pill is here. He says, just finished season 7 of TNG. Right on.
Now that you've watched that, the sky's the limit. He'd get that by just having watched the ending of All Good Things. You know, they pull out of the poker table, out the window, out the ship, and that's the last line that Picard says. I think All Good Things, all things considered, was probably one of the better series finales.
Well, yeah, considering. I mean,
although part of me wishes that they would have destroyed the Enterprise D in All Good Things, and then they could have had the Enterprise E for the next movie.
Right, instead of destroying it in the next movie or in the first movie.
Yeah, but had they done that, we never would have gotten the refreshed paint job.
Oh, very true.
On the Enterprise D, so
I didn't care for the refreshed bridge as much.
No. I mean, I know why they did it, but...
So why did they do it?
So that they could put more crew on the bridge.
Okay.
For the movie, because they had the bigger budget to have more background characters. But the way the bridge was, there really wasn't space for background characters.
No.
At least not many. So...
I don't know. My opinion was the way it was before they did that was fine. Seemed to have everything you need.
Yeah, these grid patterns are kind of cool. Oh, my chair is making itself known.
The chair. Yes, it's the chair, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome the chair.
Ugh.
And also, don't forget to glue on that ring.
Yeah. Well, depends. I can't see what color it's supposed to be.
Oh, okay.
I need some light. I think I need to paint it the main gray color.
Okay.
I think. So I'm gonna have to paint it, then put it down.
See here. C-Clasp said, my brother and I were talking earlier, and he asked who I would like to get drunk with, Kirk, Picard, or Cisco. I said Kirk.
Cisco's likely to punch you.
Howard said, I thought they scuttled the bridge set and had to rebuild it.
No. You mean like between All Good Things and Generations?
I would assume that's what he meant.
No, because they literally, I think they had about a week off between the ending of, or just a matter of days between the filming completion of All Good Things and the start of filming Generations. They had very little time in between.
C-Clap says, Cisco don't drink much.
I'd go for a Roctagino. How's that look?
Looks nice. Yeah, now they would have had to rebuild the set for season 3 of Picard.
They did, yes. Let me do this the right way.
You don't ever detack your tape first?
Pardon?
Do you ever detack the tape first or no?
This is the delicate stuff.
Oh, okay.
Don't really need to do that with the delicate stuff. And I wouldn't want to use the blue stuff on this. So there we go. Just in case you want to see what I'm doing.
So your clasp says Kirk would be fun chasing alien ladies. Ken says Kirk likes bourbon and beans from Star Trek V.
And marshmallows. I don't like. Is there somewhere where they say that they say marshmallows instead of marshmallows?
I think that wasn't that deleted content?
No, it was in the movie.
Because there was something about because that was Spock saying it. But I thought there was some deleted content on that as well. How McCoy had been messing with Spock and changing the computer database so that Spock would think they were called marshmallows, not marshmallows.
Oh, maybe it was in the book then. Because he often got a lot of those extra details in the book.
Ken says it was Star Trek V.
Oh, and I didn't show you what I just did with that piece of tape I cut. Ken, you're slacking.
I know. I was reading comments, and then by the time I looked up and noticed you were pretty much done and ready to come back to the table. There you go. You should almost just cut that over there on that desk.
I don't have room on the cutting mat over here.
You almost need some of that Tamiya curve tape. Or do you have some?
No, the masking tape, if it's narrow enough, curves around exactly where I need it to go.
Okay. And the Tamiya curve tape is the same as pinstriping tape. And Clasp was asking if that is a decal or Aztek.
These are Aztek masks that are going down because we're painting. I am not a fan of the decal. Ever since I did the paint on the painted the Aztecs on the 1400 scale E, I've never looked back. What are you guys doing for the Reliant when it comes to Aztecs?
Oh no, I'm painting mine. I'm using the mask design set.
Good.
And I'm really enjoying it.
I thought that was the case, but I was starting to doubt myself.
Yeah, Jordan's using a loose set because mask design isn't really shipping to the US right now with what's going on
with stuff.
Yeah.
Stuff happens.
Yeah. Let's see here. Howard says, you would have thought Bones would have rewired Spock's brain to be more sensitive than logical in that episode of Spock's brain.
We don't talk about Spock's brain. That episode never happened. It was all a dream.
There's a few episodes of the different Star Treks that should be treated like that.
There we go. I'm going to put that over here for now.
Somewhere where you won't forget it.
Somewhere where they'll least expect it. Well, there's a lot of times where we've put something for safekeeping away from the kids. Put it away safely.
Yeah. Only to not know where you put it.
Then there's things that somehow the kids cause to just disappear and we never find.
Yeah. Howard says, not one of Andrew's favorites ones, that episode.
Oh.
Ken says, Spock's brain versus M5 computer.
M5 computer is probably better. I mean, a better episode. Whatever that episode was called, I can't remember right off the top of my head right now.
And
I can't remember off the top of Spock's head.
Clasp says, I'm new and walked in late. Can you do a quick rundown of your build, brand, size, etc.?
Sure. This is one moment.
He says, I was looking at purchasing the AMT kit.
So this is the Helios 1/650 scale Enterprise D. It is a super large 3D print. It's printed on industrial printers in China and shipped over. Helios is in Germany. And essentially what happened is that they designed a 6'1" for themselves to build. And they wanted to recoup a bunch of their costs. So they downscaled it to a 1/650 scale. And initially sold a very limited run to pay off their the cost of making the original kit. So what you're seeing on screen is this one back here. With the full Aztek paint done. It's not completed, but this shows you what it looks like lighted up with the Aztek painted on. So yeah, 1/650 scale. It's about
just over 4 feet long, I think.
Well, it's about 3 feet long, so it's around 93 centimeters, 3 feet, give or take, on a quick measurement.
And these kits have been revised by Helios.
Yeah, they have a upgraded version 2, and I am going to be getting a copy of the upgraded version 2, which comes with a metal armature. I had to design and build a metal armature for this one, because you really cannot build these larger models without having an internal structure to support it. All right.
Howard says, what about Nomad?
Again, a better episode than Spock's brain.
Michael says, I only ordered the 1000 version of this version 2.
Yeah, they've just recently done that, where they've created the 1000 scale version of it. Which 1000 scale is actually a nice size. I have the 1000 scale Don Shoko sitting over there, waiting to someday be completed. And it's a nice size.
Clasp says, that's cool. I really like how you did the phaser bank lights.
Yeah, those are all individually addressable LEDs. So in the phaser array, it's LED strip, but they're addressable. So you can make any LED on the ship do anything you want it to do just by altering the programming, and you can do that remotely over Bluetooth or Wi-Fi. And so you put all the lights in, and you just keep like I've got a spreadsheet of where each numbered light is, and you can just go in and say, okay, make LEDs 1 through 39 in this particular case be the starboard side warp engine. Make LEDs 40 through 48 the Buzzards, and so you just define which LEDs are which, and then you can assign any effect you want to it. And yeah, which also means that you can make any LED any color you want it to be as well. That's why the phaser strips could switch from Federation red to Borg Invasion green. The window lights in that little clip went into red alert mode. So you saw the red alert flashing. Well, I don't know if you saw it or not in the video, but in the video you can see, if you know to look, you can see that the windows turn red as the lights inside turn red for red alert mode. And that's all user defined at any point. So even if the model's fully made and it's been sitting on the shelf for a year, and you decide, hey, I want this to do something different, you just change it as you wish,
without having to open up the model.
Yep.
He says, Clasp says, I saw that, referring to the red flashing lights.
Yeah. So the controller for the LEDs is the inner lighting system from Scale Electronics. And the best way to think of it is like a website building tool. So, there's all these website building tools now that make it so you just go in and you click your settings, you decide how you want things to look from drop-down menus, and you're good to go. It's the same process with this inner lighting system. You You log into the interface, you select the range of LEDs you want, you apply whatever effects you want to it, you can adjust your timings, colors, all that kind of stuff, and basically make any LED in the model do anything that you want it to do. So very cool.
Howard says, so my last question is, are you on target for getting everything done by Wonderfest?
No, I'm not. So my backup plan right now is that hopefully by Wonderfest these Enterprise Ds will be done, and so I might just pack one up, bring it to display at Andy's table again to show off his lighting system, because I will not have the Enterprise B done, or possibly not even started by then. I am hoping to have a 1400 scale Enterprise D to give away, but again, I don't know that that's going to actually be realistically possible.
Yeah, there's always next year.
Yeah, I just life with kids. It is what it is. So, all right, we are fairly close to 10:30. So
I was just thinking the same thing.
I'm going to run a quick commercial, and then we'll get the airbrush up and running. And hopefully the airbrush is fully cleaned out. I'm pretty sure it is. So I'll check that here. But we'll run a commercial, and we'll switch over to paint mode. All right. Let's see. Airbrush number 1. Looks good. I'm just going to inspect the needle.
Make sure you did clean it.
Yeah, it looks good. 30 seconds checking it now saves me some hassles later.
So true.
That's empty. Number 71.338, if anybody's wondering.
And what's the name of the color?
Russian Air Force Gray Blue. And I'm going to, just to be on the safe side here, throw a little bit of the Vallejo
Airbrush thinner.
Yeah. Not too much, because there was some in it before, I think, but it's been sitting for a little while. So
yeah, ideally that paint's supposed to be airbrush ready out of the bottle, but
ideally,
yeah, you do need to add a little bit more, I find, to it.
We don't
not as much as some paints need to be thinned.
We don't live in an ideal world.
Very true.
So I'm curious, did anybody get a commercial? Because I know not everybody will. Just putting a few drops in. Not much, just a little bit. Just to freshen it up in case, because it's been sitting for a little bit. Because you don't want it too thin either.
Jason is asking, how much drying time do you recommend before removing masks?
Depends on your paint. Completely depends on your paint. The Vallejo acrylic dries pretty quick. So I don't usually have a problem. But your mileage may vary.
Clasp says, I just got some Viejo Model Air paint. Haven't used it yet. I still need to thin it down, huh?
Depends on the color. and the specific paint in the bottle, and your current meteorological conditions.
It doesn't hurt to add
temperature.
a little bit of extra thinner for it.
Yeah.
You can spray it right out of the bottle. I've done it, but yeah, it doesn't hurt to thin it a bit.
I find some colors work great out of the box. I mean, out of the bottle. Other colors just kind of clog the airbrush. So it's really a bottle, and it can be a bottle by bottle basis, even within the same color.
Clasp says it's the metallic set. So is it the ones with the bigger bottles than what these are?
No, just like these. I can use one color and it's fine. I can use another color and it just clogs up the airbrush. So
no, I was asking Clasp.
Oh,
he says he has the metallic set. So the metallic set is your metallic set the kind of the bigger bottle than this is with a flip cap like the thinner has? If it is, then you don't really need to thin it.
This is the metallics I have. Same size container.
Okay. Yeah, that's a set has metallics in it, and you do need to thin it. If it's their other style with a flip cap instead of a screw-off cap, that doesn't really need to be thinned. Yeah, if I was at my bench with my camera on, I could show you the different bottles, but yeah, if it's the same screw-off lid, then yeah, you're going to need to thin it.
The other issue we have is our weather is all over the place this time of year.
Oh, and it can change in the summer too with high humidities.
Yeah, I'm in Ontario, so there's no such thing as a dry summer. No such thing as a dry heat.
Clasp says he's in Montana. Mr. Kilroy is here. He says airbrush 2 micron or 4 micron for paint. You get no Klingons then.
I'm not sure what he means.
I'm assuming he's talking about needle size.
We're not doing the whole secondary hull right now.
Just doing the neck.
Yeah, because I don't want to do all the secondary hull and get overspray onto the part, to the upper secondary hull that hasn't been masked yet. You can do a little bit of precision painting around the Aztek, so you're not wasting paint, so much paint on top of the vinyl.
And yeah, I'm using for my Reliant build, I'm using the Mass Design set, and for that Reliant, and he has us using not Viejo paints or anything like that. He has us using craft paints from like a craft store, kind of like Boyd did, or some of the other sci-fi builders.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm kind of doing. And I find that dries fairly quickly, and I can remove the masks fairly quickly.
Yeah, a friend of mine, Jake Demko in Texas, has been using the craft paints a lot.
But my model building background is more based on armor and a bit of modern, more modern aircraft. So I have lots of regular styles of paint from Tamiya, Viejo, I don't know, a whole bunch of others, AKs and whatnot.
There we go.
And on a lot of those subjects too, I use lacquer paints. It is kind of nice to switch back to acrylics every now and then.
Mm-hmm.
Not so toxic.
Yeah, there's a lot of positives to. Oh. I'm seeing a bit of masking I forgot to remove.
Oops. Well, good thing you caught it now while you're painting.
At least I can see the color difference between the paint I put down and the paint underneath. Sometimes as it's going on, it's hard to know that it's actually making much of a difference, right?
Yeah.
There we go. And also, I'm not worried about getting slight variations in the coverage when I'm doing the panels, because it actually gives a little bit of nice detail if there's some slight variation in the coverage in the final product. So I kind of like that.
Clash says I ran some cheap acrylic paint and made one of my daughter's dinosaurs pink. Had to thin it way down. Yeah, those craft acrylic paints, yeah, you have to thin it down quite a bit. I found that out making the paint mixes for the Reliant. Oh, I'm gonna do some nacelle work.
Well, I'm just thinking it might be advantageous to me to do it now. Because, again, trying to get underneath it might not be a fun thing to do.
Right.
So.
Well, weren't you going to be... Oh, yeah, no. So you just have to be careful for overspray onto the top of the lower hull.
Yeah, it just depends on... Yeah. I do need to resettle this mask here.
This is the good thing about the craft paints is they generally, for model builders, a lot of times they have the colors, like a more exact color match of what you're looking for compared to the craft paints. But if someone can provide you with those lists of the acrylic paints to mix, then it, that takes the job out of it and makes it easier. And I know Mass Design, he does that.
You know what? I don't think I'm going to get it flipped over tonight. Because I think I do want to get paint down on the lower section of the nacelles. It's going to be a lot easier. But there's a couple spots where I need to relay a couple of the masks. Just because they didn't settle properly on the back end. And some of them need to be... there's a couple spots that need a little bit of tape. So,
Alan's asking, do you have venting for your spray painting, Andrew?
So for the nasty stuff, I try to do it with either the garage doors open or do that outside. The Vallejos aren't an issue, but I also have an air purification system in here.
But you still should probably be wearing a mask, because inhaling particles of any kind are not good. But a lot of us YouTube content creators, we unfortunately end up not wearing a mask so that we can talk and pass on information to the viewers.
Yeah, the primers and all that kind of stuff, I'm quite particular about doing that. I'm not as concerned with the acrylic water base.
Michael says, all right, model is glued on the stand. Wires are done. Time to wind down. Everyone have a good night. The Enterprise is looking great.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Yes, take care. Have a great night.
Cable management for that USB cable for the camera is a bit of a pain. All right, just need a little bit of tape. Shouldn't take too long to get this this masking touched up, so we should be able to get paint on those lower saucer. Did I say saucer? Lower nacelles.
There you go.
And then I also have the Buzzard caps that need to be masked and painted as well. Just looking back to make sure I've got the right camera on. Sometimes these masks just need you to bridge the gap a little bit.
And sometimes they're just slight variations from model to model.
Here we go. And I'm just going to throw a bit on the front of the nacelle because there's a slight gap in the two halves of the masking. And yeah, just need the same thing on the other side.
And just for those of you who are new to the channel here, don't forget to subscribe to Andrew's channel.
Yes, we're closing in on the 3,000 subscriber mark.
Also, Andrew is part of the family of the HTM Hobby Time Modelers. So you can feel free to join us on Discord or Facebook. I don't know anything about the Facebook, but I am on the Discord.
I didn't realize there was a Facebook for the longest time.
Yeah, neither did I. Yeah, I don't have Facebook at all. Howard says, inhaling paint is the least of my worries versus all the other things I use on my farm.
Oh, talking about farms. Just a moment. Hold, please. What can I use? What can I use? What can I use? I had to. I wanted a coffee this morning when my son was at an activity, and because I hadn't made coffee to take with me, and the only thing around available was Tim Hortons. I forgot how much I don't like Tim Hortons coffee. And
I don't mind it.
Like the taste of it, I don't want this to sound wrong, but the coffee tasted like the farm.
Oh, really?
I don't know if that makes sense to anybody. Friends of ours have a dairy farm.
Yep.
And used to like family friends. So we'd go there sometimes when I was young. And it tastes like what their farm just smelt like. It had like the farm has its own scent, and the coffee tasted like that farm. And I don't know if that makes any sense to anybody, but that's what I got when I had Tim Hortons coffee for the first time in a long time.
Jody says, I see a discrepancy in the masks at the bottom center of the hull. One side has a little extra line.
What part, Jody?
He said the bottom center of the hull.
Oh, like of the hull over here?
Wait for more information.
As long as it's not on the part I'm painting right now, I'm okay.
He said, he said it's under the towel.
Okay. I'm gonna have to move this chair out of the way.
So at what point do you paint the rest of the bottom of the hull?
I don't know. I might just go ahead and do it while it's on the back. I just have to be careful about overspray.
Right.
But I'm doing very like I'm not opening up the valve very much on the airbrush.
Right. One thing you'd be concerned about though is when you get into areas like that, you can create a bit of a vortex with the air, and it can throw up a slight dusting of your paint. Like for example, on the other side of the pylons.
Yeah. Well, if it's just a slight dusting, it's not a big deal because it's going to need to get cut down anyway with an overcoat.
Right.
I'm more worried about large quantities.
Howard's asking if it tasted like manure.
Well, I'm
The
not
coffee?
sure if it was like exactly manure, but there's just the farm has an particular odor to it, just like a camp has a particular odor to it. Like there's a particular odor to like a summer camp or something like that. Same kind of a thing. And it's the taste of the Tim Hortons coffee brought back memory of the way that the farm smelled. And I don't know how to describe it any better than that. I don't drink Tim Hortons coffee very often.
Clasp said a hint of ammonia. And then Howard says, I know what you're talking about. Jody said, I showed you in a Discord message, Andrew.
Okay. I will have a look. Because it could just be could be a piece I forgot to remove. Which is quite possible. I'm also not worrying about being too perfect on the nacelle here because I can touch up a bunch of that. I just don't want to be doing the majority of the painting with it on the like right side up.
Right.
Yes, right side up.
Howard says, I was a dairy farmer, and I know going by a pig farm, it's like ew. And Clasp is agreeing, saying pig farms are the worst in summer rain.
Yeah, I've smelt pig farm too.
Yeah.
Not my favorite. I think I need a little. I let it sit for a little bit while I was dealing with the tape.
Yeah.
I think that was just enough for it to do a little bit of cloggage.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's bleeding.
That's no good. That leads to accidents.
What time's Jody starting?
Oh, I'm just looking. We have a new. I got a pop up. Keeps popping up at the top of my screen here, and see we have a new member of the HTM's Discord.
Cool. Somebody from the live stream?
No, I don't think so. AK. Someone goes by AK Modeler.
Okay.
Jody says I'm scheduled for 11:30. So it sounds like if you need to go a few minutes over, it shouldn't interfere. Howard says it's the odor. It clings to everything no matter how much. I put my good clothes away from outdoor clothes. They still carry that smell. I can't smell it, but others can who aren't used to it.
Yeah.
Geez, that's a very familiar looking toothpick container.
This one came from No Frills.
Yeah.
So whatever your Loblaws company.
I think mine was from Sobeys, I think.
Oh, Sobeys. It's a different company altogether.
Maybe. Or I'm trying to think who else it might have been. It's the same looking container though. Class said that's farm living all right. Had some family show up one time and they thought it stunk. I couldn't smell anything wrong.
Yeah, just the nature of the beast. But it's just what the coffee brought to my mind when I had it.
And we can't see what you're doing. There we go. Jody says independent here.
Yeah. It was an independent I worked at when I worked grocery.
But I think I just filled up that container because I think the next set of toothpicks I ordered came in a cardboard box.
Yeah, mine I refilled from a box off Amazon.
Yeah. So yeah, I can't remember where I got that container from. Might have been an IGA. Howard says any farm with a lagoon and they start stirring it, and that's when it really gets the air going because they aerate it to a slurry before spreading. I try when hauling poo to make sure the wind is going away. Oh, that's interesting. Ricardo, who's from Mexico, says in a few weeks they're going to open the first Tim Hortons in the city, and everybody's excited. I guess I'll tell them to lower their expectations.
Tim Hortons coffee was a lot better before it got before they changed their suppliers.
Yeah, I don't mind their coffee. I prefer McDonald's coffee. I think it's smoother. That's just my opinion, though. Jody loves Timmy's coffee, and he doesn't like coffee from anywhere else. And there's a lot of people who feel that way with Tim Hortons. They don't want coffee from anywhere else. So I think, Ricardo, I think your best bet is just try it yourself and see what you think.
It's all personal preference.
Yep. It also could have been just the Tim Hortons that Andrew went to.
In fairness, it was one of the ones it was one of the kiosks in a gas station.
Oh, okay. Jody says country style is pretty good too, about the same. Clasp says I see the discrepancy now. Must be the one Jody was talking about.
Oh, I should look at that before. Oh, is it this piece here? Needs to be moved a little bit.
Well, he said he did send you a message into Discord.
I don't have Discord open. I'll have to open it up, but this piece definitely needs to be adjusted.
Howard says, I'll take my coffee with ice and shots of French vanilla in a golden arches cup.
Let's see. So he shows me a picture, but it's not highlighted what the issue is. But I'm going to guess that's what it is. Maybe Jody can tell me if it was this piece right here that I just moved.
He said, in the middle, slightly starboard. Well, starboard is towards Andrew because the ship's upside down. Let's see here. Clasp says left side of the hole. Feel like I'm back to watching Sesame Street, and one of these things is not like the other.
One of these things just isn't quite the same.
Jody says right beside the arched piece. Oh yeah, I see.
Well, it doesn't look the same on each side.
Yeah,
but that's normal.
Okay, because there's that line right there where you had your finger.
These two lines?
Nope. Going the other direction though. Right. Yep. Nope. Go back. Down just a hair. That line right above your finger. Going from your left to your right.
Yeah, that's the way it's cut into the mask.
No. No. There's actually it's missing on the other side.
Yeah. It's cut that way on the mask. It's not cut that way on the other side.
Okay.
Which means that's probably how it is on the studio model.
Because it's oh yeah, there you go. He sent an image. Let's see here. Yeah. Yeah, take a look at it now. It's in general. Same thing I'm looking at.
General.
It's on one side, but not the other.
That's just the way that's just the way it is. So it's not a mistake or anything like that. That's just the way it is. So you're talking about this right here that I just painted, and this right here where I just painted.
No. Those are like for you. That's vertical. Look on the horizontal. That's attached to it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, there's a piece there, and not a piece on the other side.
Yeah.
That's just the way the pattern is.
There we go.
Probably a discrepancy when they were putting the tape down on this thing on the studio model.
There we go. So Ricardo says I'll give them a chance then. Yeah, I mean, exactly. Just give it a chance.
Also, their coffee supplier, their coffee suppliers in different countries could be different too.
It could be. Let's see here. Jody says, okay.
My son likes their donuts.
Jody says, I just wanted you to be sure.
Yep.
Well, it's nice we get to see some paint being laid down tonight.
Yeah, it's kind of like coloring in the lines. Yeah, I wasn't planning on painting the bottom of this before I flipped it, but here we are.
Just kind of worked out that way tonight.
Yeah. The hardest part about doing this is managing the USB cable for the camera.
Yes. We'll let you know if it goes dark.
Thank you, because that is a possibility.
Clasp says in the zone.
Oh.
Yeah, watch out for that sensor dish. Yeah.
No, there's suddenly a little bit more paint than I wanted coming out.
Oh, that too.
There's some spots I'm not being too concerned about because I can go over the edges when it's up on the stand.
Right.
Are we overtime yet?
Yep. 5 minutes. Jody said, you guys should take some pics of your models for me, and I'll put them in space or the sky. Sure, I can send you some pictures of some of my tanks and stuff. You can put them in space or the sky.
Not sure that's what he meant.
Oh, well, okay.
But I'm sure he would do it anyway.
I'm sure he would. Tanks in space. Ricardo says the Aztecing isn't exactly symmetrical, right?
Nope.
You are correct. It is not.
And being cautious around the dish also isn't a problem because the dish is going to be, well, the edges of the dish around the dish will be this color anyway, and I've got to paint the interior of the dish a different color.
Ken says Space Ghost from coast to coast.
All right. That's more paint on there tonight than I expected to get.
Well, that's awesome.
All right. I will clean my brush off camera.
Class was asking, will the dish be lit?
It'll be lit like this. Well, let me turn my face off here. So this is the other one sitting on the other table right now. That's already got the Aztek pattern on it.
But it doesn't look like you have the full dish in there.
No. No, and I only tacked the dish on temporarily for Wonderfest.
Right.
So. But
Stephen,
yes,
hey. Oh, go ahead.
it will be. This one's lighted exactly the same as this one. Sorry, you were saying?
Stephen Henning says, "Night, guys."
Have a good night, Stephen. Thanks for coming by. I do have to add a little bit more paint on that phaser array. I was extremely cautious how much I put on it. Oh, there's red alert. Red alert mode. What comes up next? Oh, warp drive and engage. Borg phaser mode. Yep. So it's lighted. That's why all the wires are coming out the bottom there.
So the rest of you guys who are taking off in a little bit here, don't forget, if you're up to staying up a little bit later, you can hang out with Jody on Trek Mods on his channel. Watch him continue building his Enterprise book nook, which includes 1/2500 scale.
Yeah, Jody, are you going to be starting that as soon as I'm done here? Because if you are, I will forward everyone along to you.
Yeah, so it's the 2500 scale Enterprise TOS and Enterprise refit. I know Stephen lives in the UK, so it is like 4 in the morning for him.
Yeah, it's getting close to stupid o'clock in the morning there. Hey, we got a new subscriber during the stream.
Oh, right on.
Let's see. Let's see if I can redirect everybody.
Yeah. Gordon, Hobby Time is also in the UK. Clasp is asking, is there a type of sound effect you can do with that?
Yeah, so there are sound effects there. They're just not in that video. Just the way my streaming software is working with the streaming software I use.
Jody says it's set
Jody
for 11, but I can start it earlier. Well, isn't it 11 for you guys already?
11:11 right now. He's got it set for 11:25. But Jody, you might as well start getting everybody.
Start it now.
You might as well get started because I'm ending, and we'll send everybody directly over to you. All right, guys. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here tonight. Got a little bit more done on that bottom than I expected, but that is a good thing. It's always good to get a little bit more work done than you expect to. So we've got paint on the bottom of this thing. I'll be able to take those masks off, and I'll be able to flip it over and get work done on the upper secondary hull. And then we're moving on to the third and fourth color, and those are going to go so much faster. So I'm looking forward to getting that stuff done. Thanks, Ken. All right. So I hope you've enjoyed this live stream. If you did, make sure that you hit that like button. If you're new to my channel or you haven't done so yet, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button today. Make my counter go up by 1. It'll make me happy if you do. But for now, my name is Andrew. Your producer tonight has been Ken.
Good night, everyone.
Have a good night, everyone.